Dragi navijači in podporniki nogometnega kluba Tabor Sežana, dobrodošli znova na stadionu Rajko Štolfa v Sežani. Danes je pred nami nova prvenstvena preizkušnja v tekmovalni sezoni 25-26 in sicer obračun 19. kroga druge slovenske nogometne lige, kjer v Sežani gostimo moštvo Krško Posavje. Pred današnjim srečanjem zasedajo naši nogometaši tretje mesto na prvenstveni razpredelnici druge slovenske nogometne lige s 37 osvojenimi točkami in za mesti, ki vodijo v prvo ligo, zaostajajo 8 točk. Sponzorji nogometnega kluba Tabor Sežana so podjetje Biostile, ki je tudi nov sponzor dresa članskega moštva kluba. Biostile je lokalno podjetje, ki svojo pestro ponudbo prehranskih dopolnil uspešno nastopa na domačem in tujem trgu. Našo nogometno zgodbo podpirajo še Avtovleka Žerjav, SP, PGM Inženiring, Karsus, Lančar Žerjavi, MPL, Tip 95, Tom Teh, Kingsbox ter Gradbena DOO. Partneri kluba so avtobusni prevozi Autoekspert, Autoprenova, gostilnica in pizzerija Pri Naju, restauracija Lenivec, podjetje Medisport, vadbena centra Filsport in Freetime ter tiskarne Superprint, 3D Phoenix, DTP Studio ter tiskarna Mljač Divača. Uradni opremljevalec kluba je podjetje Macron. Pa poglejmo postavi današnjih tekmecev, in sicer Tabor Sežana, številka 1 Zerjali Denis, 4 Šalja Veron, 5 Čandić Tarik, 8 Žabkar Žan, 9 Umeki Daniel, 11 Karole Nino, 19 Hodžić Adis, 23 Priški Mihael, 27 Medić Slaček Mateuš, 49 Sever Leon in 91 Pantelić Tijan. Na klopi Trobec Urban, Mbenge, Samuel Henry, Palman Leonard, Šaubi Luka, Ljutić Rok, Stančić Dejan, Valkanova, Geasimov Teodor, Francijan in Žigart Maj. Gostujoči strateg se je odločil za naslednjo postavo. 1 Zalokar Marko, 24 Đurasović Aleksa, 6 Veselić Patrik, 22 Župančić Jan, 23 Zakrajšek Tomaš, 4 Ovijač Grega, 3 Petančić Tadej, 10 Radović Niki, 16 Opačić Sven, 7 Zupan Jure in 9 Penezić Frank. Na klopi Ribič Jure, Pircnik, Radek Niko, Zbašnik Jakob, Zajc Lan, Kustrin Matic, Novak Luka in Štukelj Jakob. Sodnik današnjega srečanja je Celjer Tilen, prvi pomočnik Kabo Žan in drugi pomočnik Šašivarević Ermin. Delegat je gospod Narobe Jakob. Poglejmo še klopi. Domači strateg Matić Darjan, pomočnik Kosmač Nace, trener vratarjev Bole Sašo, kondicijski trener Vrhovnik Luka, fizioterapeut Metlika Lana, uradni predstavnik Škerjan Zdavor, tehnični vodja Prinčić Žan in vodja varnosti Kravo Stojan. Na gostujoči klopi so glavni trener Diđović Adnan, pomočnik Blažinić Igor, trener vratarjev Vračić Jan in uradni predstavnik Budna Slavko. Še enkrat postava domačinov: Zerjali Denis, Šalja Veron, Čandić Tarik, Žabkar Žan, Umkeki Daniel, Karole Nino, Hodžić Adis, Priški Manuel, Medić Slaček Mateuš in Sever Leon ter Pantelić Tijan.
But I've been forgotten, I do. I've been married a long time.
wherever you are in the world. And we have a home match with Tabor versus Krško. I apologize for a little bit of the confusion. I know that I kind of had everything a little bit wonky in terms of where everything was being posted to. Thank you so much for sticking with us and joining us as we are finally here and rolling. I'm glad everybody is here with us. And got an opportunity here as Tabor taking on Krško. Tabor right now sitting in third. I know everybody's been watching the table diligently as Tabor with 37 points. They gained a point on Brittany. Brittany drops their first match of the year. And so an opportunity as Tabor at least gains a point, and everybody was disappointed. I tell you, that was not the same Gorica team that has not won a game this year. They played very well. They were fast, and they were playing in a lot of open space. It'll be interesting to see how the second half of the year goes for them. I know they went through a lot of turmoil at the beginning of the season. See if maybe they can start finding their footing and avoid the pain of relegation. As Krško right now sitting in 11th, they've got 17 points, 5 wins, 2 draws, and 11 losses. As they, in their last 5, they've got 2 wins followed by 2 losses and then a draw last week. Right now, 14 goals for, 38 goals against. So where they are giving up a lot of goals. The previous match between these two teams, Tabor took the victory 2-0 as they had a couple basically of breakaway goals and really just dominated most of the game. So going to see how Tabor does today as Zeriali in goal, followed by Leonard Salya going to be in the lineup once again. Tariq Chandic, Jean-Jacques Bar, Umechi Akwazaku. I told you, boy, I was saying his name horribly wrong as we're going to get the clock started. And, boy, the game's starting off quick, too. Long ball in. And Tabor on the attack early as Krško just trying to clear a ball and maybe slow it down and say, hey, wait a second. We need to breathe. As off and rolling now. Also in the lineup, so Keenan Carroll's back. Carroll had a yellow card suspension as he had accumulated enough yellow cards. Anish Hodzic, Mihail Brishki, Mateusz Medic-Slacic also back as he had several yellows and had to sit out. Leon Severin, Tian Pantelic. As the fellas off and running, and we've got the lineup for the Krško team. We'll call out numbers as they show up. And I apologize once again, starting a little bit slow today for me. And I was up and had everything ready to go, and then everything fell apart all at once. Thank you for being flexible. That's Carroll. Carroll brings the ball down to his chest and sends it wide. And we'll get restarted as Tabor pressing high very early on. They're going to put the pressure on and keep the pressure on. Don't have a Destin update. I know when I spoke to Tabor last, Tabor said it was probably going to be a couple of weeks injury, and nothing specific. I try to leave Tabor alone and let him do his job. So, but yeah, a couple of injury, an injury and a couple of weeks. So I believe this is week number 2 following that injury, so I don't think it was expected for him to be back in the squad this week. As Tabor going to send the ball long and going to go way down the field to Akwazaku, and header is won by Krško, but Chandic up and running to Carroll. Carroll now going to send the ball all the way across to Slacic. Heavy touch brings the ball back to Sever, and then Sever's going to go to the far side once again. Yes, and there are some large fellas for Krško. I'm absolutely with you. As a ball, trying to get a ball into Akwazaku, a little too far towards the keeper. I think we saw that last week too. We had Gorica had some big guys on the backside, and so a big question mark of, how are you going to be able to handle the big guys in the back? Do we have enough speed and physicality to outduel them? As Akwaziku trying to flick it on to Pantelich, flicks it straight back. And Jeff, I completely agree. I think a lot of the way that the team was built was really going to feature Brian Destin, and so having Destin injured right now, I think is really, especially early on in the season, having to kind of change a few things up. I think they were really going to use his speed and playmaking ability out of that number 10 position, and I think that he and Akwaziku were going to play off well, because Akwaziku was going to have the opportunity to kind of draw defenders to him and drop it off to Destin, and then allow Destin to wreak havoc. Did I turn myself up a bit? Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize there, Jacob. Let me know if this is going to work here, and trying to balance it out. I know last week I was a little bit wonky on that, and I apologize, as we're always trying to fix things and fix some issues. I appreciate the constant feedback, though. As we've all talked, I try and do a professional job, but this is certainly a broadcast where I'm going to interact with you guys a bunch. Conway Crypto, hey, greetings from Texas. Conway, appreciate it. As Brishke steps up, heads the ball across. So get a chance to see Salya in the lineup today. We saw Palma last week, Salya today. Salya, another big guy in the back, as Tabor really brought in a lot of size in the back with Ludic, Palma, and now Salya. I was excited to see Salya in the lineup, as the tape that I've seen on Salya is very good, and especially really good in kind of one-on-one around the box situations. Is now, boy, Krško is going to come up and really try and press Tabor, see if they can get some numbers ahead. Jakbar a little bit heavy on, the touch is going to roll away, and a throw in to Tabor. Tabor, boy, they're about one pass away from maybe having a break down this near side, but Krško trying to get into the box. Krško sends the ball across. Brishke's there to head it off, but it's going to be a offside on Krško, and we'll reset once again. As Salya going to send the ball forward, and when you start looking at the quality between Salya and Ludic and Palma. I know Palma was actually playing in Slachic's spot last week, but boy, a lot of large physical quality with two central defenders. That ball just gets a little bit away from Slachic. Slachic winds up slipping, and a nice job from Pantelich comes across, sticks a foot in front, and slows things down for a throw-in. Am I talking about the? Talking about the size of Krško, number 4, Grega Ovic is one of those big old boys. And number 24, Alexa Durasovic. Probably a couple of guys going to have to work around a little bit. That ball's going to go way down the field. And Hodzic in a shoulder-to-shoulder battle with Fran Penezic. This ball bouncing around, and Krško, it kind of bounced straight up in the air. Didn't really get an opportunity to get anything started. It was looking a little bit dangerous. Pantelich trying to get to Jakbar, and a little bit heavy on the way to Jakbar. Couldn't quite get him there, as Krško is just going to send it off the Barone capital sign. The Barone fellas, got a chance to meet those guys when I was over in Slovenia. Some good guys, passionate guys about the team and about the situation. Zeriali is going to send the ball to Jakbar. Jakbar's going to get out jump, though. One of those big guys coming in right behind him. Didn't get a number, but certainly a lot bigger than Jakbar. Sever sends the ball to the middle to Akwaziku. The guy runs right behind Akwaziku's leg as holding his head is going to be Alexa Durasovic. I'm sorry, Alexa, I'm not going to buy it. You're holding your head, and you ran right through his leg. Not entirely sure. I think you were trying to win a ball there. As Krško is going to send the ball forward, and right now, at least, I mean, we're early on in this match. Right now, certainly appears that Krško are going to try to find a way to get the ball over the top, maybe try and avoid that central defense of Tabor and play a one-on-one scenario as they get down towards the keeper. Krško, especially as the ball is kind of advancing through the middle, they're just kind of pushing everything to the sides. And as Carroll, excuse me, that's going to be Hodzic with the throw-in. Hodzic to Akwaziku. Now Žabkar is trying to get out into some space, and there's Medic Šlačić with a little bit of space. He got Pantelic running up in front of him. He tries to dip it around. Nice pass. Pantelic going to drop it off back to Sever. Really hard ball. Handled well by Sever, but right on top of him, here's Medic Šlačić. Good job. Gives way to Sever, and boy, two guys running right in the same spot. I'm gonna turn the game feed down a little bit. I've got my mic maxed out as high as it can go. So I guess one of the guys, I believe it's probably the Krško coach, he must have a direct mic right into the Veo cam. As boy, nice job, Žabkar and Čandić. Čandić comes up, sends it to Žabkar and back to Akwaziku. Akwaziku trying to get around. As where are they going to point? Oh man. They're going to say that was outside the box? Oh, that's completely false. As we've got a replay for that situation. Let me pull it up real quick. I apologize. Wasn't on top of it right away. Let's take a look at the replay here. So you can take a look at the replay. Here comes Akwaziku. Akwaziku is going to get inside the box. Oh, boy, right on the line. I'm not sure about that, but they're going to give the free kick. I think you can see who is that's taking the free kick. I think he's pointing to it. I think that's actually a Brishke pointing to the free kick. I think he's talking to Matic saying, hey, can you believe this? So they're going to try and send the ball in, use the size. Brishke's going to try. Boy, pounds it to the back post. Looks like he was actually trying to go into the top corner as that ball winds up landing on top of the post. Boy, that's unfortunate. Hey, let's take another look at that. And I mean, really right on the line, and definitely not as far out as it was claimed to be. We'll come back to the game as Šlačić is going to send the ball back towards the Krško defense and kind of bounced around in the middle now. Hodzic is going to close down, takes it to Carroll, and they're going to blow the whistle and give it the other direction. They're going to call a foul on Hodzic before Krško gets restarted. So you can see a little bit of weather in Sežana, moving is oh boy, nice job stepping in Žabkar. Žabkar, Johnny on the spot as he's going to get it to Carroll. Carroll spinning around, has to try and drop it back. Coming back behind him though, Fran Penezic. Well, there's a little bit of weather. It started off kind of behind the main stand that you're looking at, and now it's moving. Thought it was maybe going to move towards the field. Thought we were going to be watching a rain game here. As with the Veo cam, that always gets a little bit interesting. But looks like we're going to avoid that weather, and they're going to continue to play on with a nice day and avoid the rain. As would love to see some nice days. The pitch looks absolutely fantastic. Ball down the far side, looking for Carroll, or excuse me, looking for Hodzic. And if you're gonna outpace Hodzic, you have kicked that ball really hard, as Hodzic can really motor up and down the side. So going to be a goal kick here for Krško as they're going to get restarted. As instead of playing out from the back, they're just going to send it long and trying to win a couple of headers. So the keeper, Marko Zalokar, is going to send it a long way down the field. First header won by Krško. And Salya heads the ball straight down, tries to keep it in. Going to be a throw in to Krško, as Krško now trying to move down the field. Holding it for a long time. Can't find anybody they're trying to throw it to. Now they're going to go long way down. Salya is just going to send it out once again. And another throw in. So back and forth, and boy, a little heavy touch. As Hojic tries to bring it back across. A slide tackle, and a ball's going to get bounced around and goes to a corner. Boy, it was a tackle at the top of the box, and body's on the ground. And a corner goes to Krško. So really the first corner of the day to Krško. As going to try and send the ball in, use some of that body size that we talked about with Krško earlier, as with the Veil Cam taking a wonder on us already. Ball's going to get sent short, so they try and go short, and we're going to get another corner. We do get another corner. They try and go short and flick it on. Couldn't quite get there from the Krško defender, as I believe that was Durasovic. So they're going to get another chance at this here. They're going to continue to do the same thing. A lot of bodies in the box for Tabor. Krško going to have several runners towards the ball. Now they're going to go back post and way too far over. Maybe a little miscommunication. They had two runners coming in front of the goal towards the ball, and then they sent the ball back post and nobody went. Maybe a mishit or maybe just a missed signal, as there didn't seem to be anybody on the same page going towards the ball. Zariali is going to send the ball forward. First header is going to be won by Krško. Chandic on the ball. Chandic has to ward off a defender, and now Sever. Boy, that ball bounces up on Sever and gets away from him. But Brischke, and now Brischke to Slachik. That ball's going to bounce high off of his shin guard. You wonder if maybe the field is playing a little bit hard right now, bouncing around on it. We've seen a couple of hard touches and a couple of big bounces. Even on that play especially, you saw the ball bounce hard off of Sever. We usually see Sever with a really good touch, and then the ball bounces hard off of Slachik when Slachik had a little bit of room. It's going to be interesting to see how how it goes as the game continues. Maybe just a couple of misjudgments, or maybe the pitch is a little hard and bouncing a little bit more than they're used to. Jabkar gets it wide to Akwaziku. Akwaziku back in. Boy, he's going to Pantelic. You saw Pantelic swinging the leg, as a nice job on the defense for Krško, but Pantelic was ready for it. Hojic gets around a defender, gets it to Akwaziku, tries to at least, and the ball's going to get kicked out for a throw-in to Tabor. There's a really nice play back and forth there from Tabor. As Tabor on the far side trying to work in. And that ball's going to be kicked away for a goal kick. And we'll get the restart, as they're just going to send the ball down the field. Going to be over everybody. Brischke's in there to kick it away. Looking, and Akwaziku trying to get down to the corner. Akwaziku gets body position, so he's going to win the ball. We've talked, had a chance to see this from Akwaziku. He uses that body well. Slachik flicks the ball on, goes to the middle. Chandic is there. Chandic going to go left foot into everything, and then bounces up and kicked away, as Tabor asking for maybe a handball or something is down on the ground. And that's going to be they're going to win a corner, and we're getting a chance to check on the Krško defender. As we'll go back and try and see what happened to him. Akwaziku did a great job getting body position. You see the play coming in here. Kwaziku turns and, okay, so it looks like there's a little bit of contact with Kwaziku's arm and the face of the Krško defender. He doesn't go down immediately, but he does eventually go down, but he's up and moving again. That ball's going to be sent in, headed away, as Salya came to the near post and went just over his head, and then one of the Krško defenders gets way up in the air and knocks it away. But now Krško trying to get on the counter, but the speed of Hojic prevents that. They're going to kick it away. So glad everybody's healthy. Never want to see anybody go down, especially with head injuries, but Kwaziku is a bigger guy, and you go body to body on him, and he got body position, and then gets a good turn, sends it in. And so a couple of good chances for Tabor. Hasn't resulted in a shot yet, but really just because somebody stepped in the way each time. As Tabor looking fairly dangerous here, especially when they get down into the attacking third. And after a 0-0 draw, it's certainly something that is welcome to Tabor fans. As Hojic sets up for the throw, Carroll drops all the way back. Carroll, boy, trying to ward off a defender from behind. Hojic's going to wind up with the ball at his feet once again to Jabkar. And a foul as they go through the back of Jabkar. Not allowed to do that. And we'll restart. Salya to Brishki is just trying to find some space down here on the near side, as most of this game has been played on the far side away from the camera. I wish, hey, somebody tell Coach Matic, let him know, hey, the camera's on this side of the field. We'd appreciate you coming over this way. Salya, a little bit of a run forward and a heavy ball off of Pantelic again. The heavy touches continue. Pantelic does a nice job though, takes the ball away. Slotchik trying to get on the end of it. He's gonna get beat to the ball though, but the ball's gonna roll out and be a throw in to Tabor, as Grego Oviac beats Slotchik to the ball. Slotchik was really just trying to play catch up the whole time. Chandic now moves the ball to the far side to Hojic. Hojic looking for a little bit of space to get down the side. Carroll on a run, has to back up out of it now. A little fancy footwork, goes back to Hojic. Hojic comes forward and sends the ball across. And oh boy, as Pantelic goes for the header, Slotchik tries to go with the foot, and it just rolls away. Oh man, it is a exciting looking play. And again, Tabor very close, but just not quite far enough. As a nice ball in from Hojic. You can see how close Pantelic, I guess Pantelic wasn't as close as I thought he was, but, and just a little bit far forward for Slotchik. And again, just trying to find a body in the right position as a throw in to Tabor. Slotchik gets up there and tries to get the ball in. A tackle from number 9, Penezic, sends the ball away. But now back in the hands of Penezic. Well, I guess the feet of Penezic. The hands would be a foul. Hojic looking for a way to try to get some space. Going to drop it back off to Salya. As Salya comes forward, and going to be interesting to see. And we've seen some runs from Salya on tape before. Obviously, I haven't had a chance to see him play too much in the red and black of Tabor, but it'll be interesting to see what type of forward runs that Salya is going to make, and even if it's an opportunity here in the way that the system is functioning for him. Salya certainly a very large defender. Brishki more than happy just kind of play with the ball at his feet while nobody comes to attack him. Now Salya coming forward. Salya sends it to Hojic. And Hojic into a Kwaziku, and there's that heavy ball off of a Kwaziku. And a throw in to Krško. Yeah, I don't want to continue to harp on it, but boy, a lot of heavy touches here from Tabor as they're trying to receive balls. But just wonder if maybe the passes are a little bit heavy. And again, not sure if that's field conditions, if that's adrenaline, whatever it may be. But we're seeing that first touch off of a pass sometimes, especially when maybe there's some space, is a little bit heavy. A Kwaziku getting down, trying to turn a corner, has got back to back, and Now Carroll coming across the 18. He can be dangerous coming across the 18 with that left foot. Going to get the ball all the way down to Chandich, who backs it out, and Tabor is going to reset. See if they can find a little bit of a lane moving forward, as Krško did a good job holding the defense and sending Tabor back away from the 18. Sever at the far side sends a high ball in, and well, that ball uncharacteristically goes way away from where Sever was trying to send it. And Sever was trying to get a ball, looks like, to the middle of the field, and it winds up bouncing high off of the net behind the goal. Actually went over the netting. I was watching my replay screen. The ball went over the netting, bounces off of the stands. So throw in here to Krško. Keenan Carroll is avoiding a lot of feet. Nice job from Carroll. Carroll gets away from everybody, and a defender comes back out. Looks like Tabor asking for a foul. The official says play on. And now they're going to give a foul on Jabkar. They're going to say Jabkar goes through the back of the Krško player. And we get a restart. 25 minutes into this game and a lot of back and forth. Nothing to joy us yet. Nice job, though. Kwazigu has the ball. Pantelic coming for help. Pantelic now drops the ball. Boy, bounces back to his feet. Carroll comes, sends a ball in as the keeper jumps. It goes up over the goal. Carroll trying to get the ball towards goal. And at this point, I'm not sure that either keeper has had to actually make a play, as there's no shots on goal. Nobody's been too close yet. As Krško more than happy to send a whole bunch of people into the box whenever Tabor get down. So right now it looks like if Tabor are going to get an opportunity for where there's not 6 people standing in front of them, they either need a fast break or something from outside the box. As I'm sure Coach Matic has something planned for this. There's the train that comes behind the goal. And once again, bounce back and forth at the near side and a throw in to Tabor. that voice is definitely the Krško coach. Slachik kind of looking back and forth, trying to find somebody who's going to go to Kwazigu. Kwazigu bodies it up, takes a bump in the back, gets the ball to Sever. As Sever's going to turn and send it down to Carroll. Long ball across from Carroll, and boy, just bounces back. It gets a little off balance trying to get back to the header. I think misjudged how far it was going to go a little bit. A little bit off balance, and ball was heavy. Salya with the header, and it's just past Chandich's foot, and so Krško going to be in control. Krško haven't really had possession in a while. They've had moments where they had the ball, but wouldn't call it a continued possession. Salya is going to outrun the runner down the side. And now, boy, Carroll on the run, trying to keep it out of a corner. Ball went a long way. Carroll in a little bit of trouble. Winds up getting it away to Pantelic, and Pantelic heads it as Slachik was in a defensive position at that point, so Pantelic kind of a man by himself at the moment, forces the ball to go back to the Krško back line. And Zariali is going to come out and pick the ball up. Right now, a game just kind of played at midfield a little bit. Nobody can really get too far past the 18. Really haven't seen any quality chances for either team. As we've seen Tabor a couple of times get down there and be in a good positioning, but never really got on the end of anything. Slachik tries to send the ball to Pantelic at the top of the 18 as it's going to get cut off. Misjudged from the Krško player, and Brischke sends it to Slachik. Slachik's going to come forward. There's one thing you know, Slachik's always going to come forward. As a throw in to Tabor, Akwazigu trying to get on the end of it. Slachik with the throw. Goes to Sever. Sever right back to Slachik. Slachik's got some space in the middle as a heavy touch, and here comes the Krško defender. So a space that looked like it was going to be good, and Slachik is going to get called for the foul. And a restart for Krško. Waiting on the whistle. Finally get the whistle. And we're off and running. Ball bounces around in the middle. Nice job by Sever. Taken away. Gets some space. Tabor have got a little bit of a chance here. Sever's coming to the top of the 18. Tries to get it over to Pantelic. It's going to get rejected by the defender. And now Krško trying to get on the counter. As Krško and Radovic come across. Boy, Zeriali dives. That ball hits off one of the sponsor signs far away. Ball sent in with the left foot from the 18. I saw Zeriali dive. I got really nervous in a hurry, but not too much to worry about there. Tabor bounces the ball back and forth. Slachik tries to send it forward, and once again, ball goes outside the line for a throw. As again, that's Radovic in the way. Radovic now takes the ball, and Radovic trying to move down the line as his touch is heavy. So a little bit of heavy touch from each team. Long throw in to the middle of the field, and Salya off and running, moving forward. Salya's trying to look for a long ball. There's nobody there as Krško dropping back quickly. Carroll to Jabkar to Brishki. So you see everybody behind the ball for Krško. Slachik sends the ball across. Akwazigu goes up with the jump. It's going to bounce off of Akwazigu, as I think Akwazigu is saying, hey, wait a second, that's a corner. Let's take a look at the replay here. Ball sent in. And boy, it was a good look at first. Let's take another look at that. A good look at first as Slachik sends a nice ball in. Here's Akwazigu. Akwazigu gets position. And I'm wondering if Akwazigu, obviously we were kind of blocked off. We only have one camera angle. I'm wondering if Akwazigu was saying that the ball came off of the keeper, that that he got a foot on it, but then the ball goes off the keeper, and that's what sends it out. Either way, Tabor back in possession now. As Akwazigu was just trying to redirect that a little bit. So it's probably going to be the first shot on goal of the day if it bounces. Well, I guess it can't be a shot on goal if it winds up going for a goal kick. So we'll get restarted. Tabor, though, with a little bit of joy. They get some open space. Slachik gets a good run down the line. Nice to see Slachik get involved. As Slachik, I think, is having a little bit of trouble trying to find his form lately. That ball's going to go out for a corner. And Tabor have their first corner of the day. Oh, excuse me, second corner. We already had one corner. Second corner of the day. I apologize. So 2 corners apiece. As Carroll's asking for a short one. He's got a lot of space. They didn't initially follow him. Carroll has to come back in. Now bounces around. He's going to send it to Sever, back to Jabkar. And, boy, the pass is too long and a missed opportunity for Tabor. So Krško winds up with the throw. Salya with a long ball back towards the middle. Akwazigu trying to back into it. And Tabor on the attack once again. As Sever down to Slachik. Slachik trying to take on the defender. Goes back towards the inside. and drops the ball back. So Tabor retaining possession, just trying to move everything forward. Krško really staying behind the ball, trying to prevent a goal here. Ball comes in, header sent away. And Chandic sends the ball forward, but it's going to go wide as a little bit more of a pass than anything. Goes to a space where nobody is on the near side of the post for the camera. So the restart for Krško, and going with Krško's goal differential, their massive negative goal differential right now, I think they're more than happy to just kind of have the ball bouncing around, slowly walk up to the ball and take the restarts and just kind of get this game as far down the road as possible before they really start trying to make an opportunity on goal. As the ball sent to the middle, nice job by Brischke, but nobody there on the fast break. So now, outside the 18, Chandic comes back, takes the ball away. As Chandic continuing to grow as that defensive midfielder. Obviously, he had some big shoes to fill when he stepped in. Now is starting to really begin to look the part. He was a young player when he came in, but obviously talented. Ball sent a long way down as the Krško coach gets his 2 cents in, as you have heard. And Jobkar trying to close down. Boy, a weird bounce from that ball. Obviously, it had some backspin as it was sent forward. Boy, a weird bounce. That ball kicked straight up in the air. It's not going to be a throw-in, so it's going to be a restart. We're going to see, I guess they're going to wind up saying that was a foul on Tabor. So a restart here for Krško, and probably a situation where they wind up putting everybody at the 18 and running towards the goal based on where this ball is going to be. That's exactly what's going to happen. We've got about 10 minutes left in the half. 2-person wall. They're just going to try and keep a direct ball out of the way of Zariali. Well, no, they're just going to drop 1 person on the wall. That's going to be Carroll. Jobkar is going to come back and play a little bit of the possible pass outside. Ball comes in, and the Krško player goes down to hands and knees like he was about to bark like a dog to get the header. Header bounces straight up. Slacek's going to go down, and that's going to be a yellow card. Boy, they catch him heavy as he slides past. That's going to be Grega Oviac. And look out, as Grega Oviac on a yellow card here. With the way that Tabor are playing, wanting to get the ball into a Kwaziku, a lot of times Oviac is going to wind up in a one-on-one situation. He's going to have to be careful as this moves forward. So taking a look here at what's happening. So you're going to see that the slide comes in at that back foot, catches the back ankle of Slacek. It's a restart from Brischke, and Brischke's just going to go back to Chandic as they're going to try and move the ball to the top side of the field and come back down. A lot of movement. They're going to go to a Kwaziku. Kwaziku tries to get the header, and not sure if he was trying to flick it on or drop it down. Either way, it goes heavy off the top of his head right to the keeper. And the keeper's going to dribble the ball a little bit before he punts it forward. Salya wins the header, but he loses it at his feet. And Krško, boy, wide as they had a perfect opportunity. Boy, Salya wins the header, but the ball goes straight down. And Krško, with a real opportunity, miss an open or a one-on-one. They're going to get it by, and just a really poor shot on goal there. Got to find a way to get that on frame. Krško now turning, and a kick across is going to go wide. And Tabor, couple of balls get through in a nervous fashion. Pantelich tries to flick a ball on, and Slotchik has room. Slotchik's got a couple of guys coming into the box with him. He brings it back. Now he's got space once again. He slows it up. He's going to try and go for goal. Sends a curling ball in that Zalakar is going to deal with easily. And Tabor get a ball towards goal, force Zalakar to do something with it. There's a low ball from Zalakar, and how about a push in the back there? That's going to come from Tamaj Zakrashek. And Zakrashek, no card. The official is going to say, don't do that. And we're up and running again as Sever. Each of these teams starting to get a little bit more adventurous into the box here as we get late in the first half. Tabor trying to get a goal before they head in for the break. As Hodzic, unable to retain possession, gets closed down by two defenders very quickly, and now Tabor and Carroll take the ball away as they're going to call a foul on Krško. With just about 5 minutes left to go. As more back and forth at the back. Into Carroll. Carroll on a run, goes across to the middle, and there's nobody there. Kwaziku was heading towards the 6. The ball bounced more back towards the penalty spot. Chandic in control is going to send it back out. And Sever now the point man. Sever. Ball into Pantelich, back to Sever, now to Slotchik. Slotchik sends it across as nobody there. Kwaziku coming towards the middle. Boy, it started off looking pretty good. Actually, it's going to be a, yeah, no, it is. It's going to be a throw in here for Krško. Boy, so you see there, boy, does that just go a little bit behind? Take a look as once again. Boy, maybe just a little bit of a slip possibly. And they're going to say that ball goes out on Jabkar, and a goal kick to Krško. Boy, another couple of close attempts for Tabor, and just a few feet one way or the other. As right now, boy, an eerie feeling is right now, you say it feels a little bit like the Gorica game. Tabor with some good opportunities. They've had some ventures into the box, but, you know, just a little bit off. Haven't quite found haven't found a Tabor player on the end of a pass. And so you leave it and you say, man, I feel fairly good about it, but knowing the way that the Gorica game wound up, Gorica wound up having the better opportunities, which I would say the one-on-one to this point, where there was the misplay that led to the Krško shot that just a poor shot, but boy, it was Zeriali and I believe it was Penezic. As a ball comes across from Pantelich, going to be cleared out. And Chandic restarts it to Hodzic. Hodzic sends the ball towards the middle as Slotchik's there, and the ball winds up, oh my goodness, the ball gets knocked straight down. Slotchik goes up with the header, and the ball gets knocked down and dealt with by the keeper, Zalokar. Boy, that certainly looked like that was the opportunity, with Slotchik staring right down the goal. We'll come back and take a look at that in a minute. Carroll bouncing back and forth, sends a long ball in. Slotchik trying to get there, can't quite get there though. As we'll go back and take a look. As you see the ball coming in, Slotchik right there, and boy, Slotchik winds up just a little bit of a push from behind. Nothing major, nothing that's ever going to get called. And actually, Slotchik looks like he's talking to a Quazaku there. They're still taking plenty of time, so the ball hadn't even been put in play yet. Well, I wonder if maybe the ball goes off of a Quazaku as a Quazaku was trying to work back across the face of the keeper. Not a physical play down there. As the ball's going to go all the way back towards the keeper. Jobkar's going to put him under pressure, and a long ball across is going to be a throw-in for Tabor. Salya to Brishki. And Tabor looking to come forward once again. Just about 2 minutes left to go, and really don't think we're going to have any added time. As Tabor and Krško, it's been a fairly clean game. There's been one stoppage for a quick injury. Wasn't anything too major, though. He got up fairly quickly. Pantelic jumps for the pass. Nice job by Slotchik. Slotchik tries to send the ball in. It gets rejected, but Tabor go to the far side, and Hojic. Hojic comes back across, drops it to Chandic, to Carroll now. It's Carroll to the far side to Hojic. Hojic sends the ball into the middle. Going to be headed away. Goes right back to Hojic. He's got another opportunity to send the ball in as he's going to drop it out to Chandic. As Chandic winds up losing the ball, it gets stuck under his feet. And Krško have got some numbers forward. Krško going to send the ball to the near side. Brishki having to get on it as, well, he's one-on-one at the moment. Help coming from behind for both teams. Trying to get down the 18. There's Jobkar. Boy, Jobkar always in the right spot at the right time. The guy is quickly becoming a favorite of mine. And a foul on Krško. Carroll not real thrilled. Not sure if he's unhappy about not getting a card or not something earlier, as there's going to be the halftime whistle. Boy, as Tabor with a couple of opportunities, some that really looked promising and maybe just a slip or a miss. But in the end, it's 0-0. So Tabor at halftime have some conversations to have, see how they can find the back of the net here against this Krško team that has made a habit of giving up goals. Tabor have looked potent at times, and really one goal will probably change that. Hey, we got a halftime conversation with Umechi Akwazaku as he finally teaches me how to say his name. Enjoy it. He's a great young man. Really enjoyed talking to him. And, boy, here's Umechi. All right, so here with Michi. Okay, so Michi, I need you to do me the first thing. One of the humorous parts about our broadcast, I'm a guy from Texas trying to say names from all over the world. Would you say your full name for me?
Yeah, sure. Umechi Daniel Akwazuku.
Akwazaku. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
The one time I tried it, I wasn't even close. Okay,
Yeah.
Akwazaku, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, dude. I throw in my Texanisms with all of the names and don't even get close. So
no problem.
yeah, no, that's good, man. Hey, so first thing, I like to ask this. What is it like being in Sežana, Slovenia? Like what is it like living there now?
It's definitely a small place. There's not like a lot of people here, but it's definitely it's definitely a place where you can focus a lot. Definitely a place where you can like take time to yourself and start to really like improve yourself, and that's what I've been trying to do here. I've enjoyed it so far. It's been nice. Like the weather has been good. The first couple weeks, it wasn't that great, but it started to like get sunny and warm. So it's really nice. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So I know when the announcement came out that you signed, but how much time did you actually have with the team before the second half of the season got started?
I was with the team for like I want to say 2 weeks
Okay.
before
Hmm.
the season started, so I had time to meet the guys and start to talk to the guys and learn a bit from the coaches and stuff.
Yeah.
So good.
And that still seems, man, you've been in the starting 11 for the first two games after the winter break.
Yeah.
It still seems quick, even with just a couple of weeks. How is that transition going for you?
Yeah, it's good. That's why I came here. I wanted to be able to get an opportunity to play right away. For my old club, I wasn't getting that much time to play, so it's definitely a shift to play 90 minutes game after game. But I'm definitely enjoying it because I want to improve, and the only way to improve is to play. So I'm enjoying it for sure.
Okay, so you talk about your old club. All right, so now, and I know that there's going to be spaces in the middle there, but we
Mhm.
go from Saint Bonaventure in New York, and
Yeah.
then we wind up in Turkey, and then to Sejana. Was there anywhere between Saint Bonaventure and Turkey?
Yeah, I went from Turkey to or no, from sorry, I went from St. Bonaventure to I went to Nigeria for a little bit,
Okay,
played there for a little bit, and then from there, I was with a club called Greenlock
okay.
FC. I was there for a little bit, and then went to Dubai,
Mhm.
and I was in Dubai, just like training and doing a little bit of trialing there, and then went to Turkey, and
Okay,
from there I got signed, and
yeah.
yeah, it's basically how it worked. Yeah,
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, so man, you've experienced a lot of moving in a very short amount of time.
yeah,
Man, and when you start looking at being here at least for the rest of the season, and who knows what happens beyond that. What is it, what are you kind of feeling as you're like, man, this is a place that for the next 14, 16 games, I can play 90 minutes, I can have an impact on this club and this team. Like what's kind of running through your mind with that?
yeah. I mean, for me, the main goal is to try and help the team promote to the first division. I think that's the goal that a lot of the guys have as a collective. Me personally, I want to help in the way of like scoring goals and being able to help the team in any way I can. I like to think I'm a physical player. Like I have a lot of physicality to my game, so I like to be able to have link up play with the midfielders. I like to be able to win headers and things like that. So for me personally, yeah, I want to just help the team. I want us to go up. This is a team that I think deserves to go up. Um, Everything that they're doing in the club in order to like give us the best opportunity to do that is being done. We have the facilities and things like that. So I think yeah, that's the main goal is to just try and help the team to promote. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the
Yeah.
phone call to sign you, and how'd that go? I mean, was it just you got a phone call one day from somebody random in Slovenia? You had a manager that called you and said, "Hey, we've got this opportunity." What did that look like?
Yeah, it actually came through an agent, and he basically found Cezanna, and they were interested in my profile, and
Mhm.
we were looking for a club that I would be able to go on loan and be able to play right away.
Mhm.
So after that, things kind of went super quickly because it was kind of like at the end of the winter transfer window. So by then I was getting on calls with Davor and
Mhm. Mhm.
Michael, and I was getting on calls with them, and they were explaining to me the situation and what they would want from me. That they're interested in me, they want to bring me in, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of hectic because it was so quick, but I mean, I'm just happy to be here now. Happy everything sorted out, and yeah. It's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so coming in, one of the things about football is that that you have opportunities that get taken. We have opportunities that sometimes we miss.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of a missed opportunity last week, and I know that a draw. You had a couple of near misses.
Yeah.
How is it then? So you take that. What is the feel on the team? What's the focus on the team saying, okay, what was, and now let's go out and let's get 3 points. Like, how do you make that mental shift?
Yeah. I think, for us, I think everyone knew, it would have been great if we won that game. It was unfortunate that we tied. It kind of felt like a loss. But I think our main thing is, we've forgotten about this game and we're just fully focused in on this next game. We're just completely focused on trying to get this win. We know that we have a solid team. We know that we have guys that are willing to, put everything forward to get us the win. So I think for us, it's just about forgetting. It's having short term memory and not dwelling on the past, because when you start to dwell on the past and you start to think about, we should have won this game, or start calculating things like this to try and see where we land or whatever, it doesn't usually end well in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think for us, it's just having the short term memory, getting ready for the next game, hard work and training, and then and getting prepared for Saturday.
No, I love it. All right. So last question for you. All right, let's say last match of the season. This
Mhm.
determines whether we promote or not. The ball's going to you. What do you want? Do you want a corner coming to you? Do you want a fast break? Do you want a one-on-one? I mean, are you wanting the ball at the top of the 18? What is your dream scenario to score the goal that sends us to promotion?
It's a good question, actually. I mean, honestly, for me, it doesn't really matter the way I score. Like
Yeah.
at this point, I just want to score the. It doesn't matter if it goes off my neck or my back. Like I really don't care. I'm a striker, and my goal is to score goals, no matter how I can score them. So I mean, maybe a corner header, maybe something like that. But for me, any way that I can score, any way that I can help the team, that's good for me, to be honest.
I love it. All right. I told you last question. I got one more for you because you
Yeah,
made
no
me think
problem.
of it here.
Yeah.
You score a goal. You're going to score a goal this weekend. You score a goal this weekend. What does the celebration look like, man? Are we knee sliding? Are we airplaning it? What are we going to do?
Hmm. I've done some knee slides before. I don't know. I mean, I think first I'll probably thank God. I'm a Christian, so I'd probably, point up to the sky or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I'll just be really happy because it's my first goal for Tabor.
I get it.
Um, but yeah, I hope that we can get some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just so not really a plan. We're just gonna let it flow as it happens
we're
then.
just gonna let it flow. I think that's the play.
I love it. I love it, man. Well, man, everybody, man, meet Michi, yell loud for Michi, and man, it's going to be a great, great weekend and a great season. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah, appreciate it. I appreciate the time. Appreciate.
And we're back, as I made sure that I started the clock before I got to talking. We all know that sometimes my brain doesn't work all that well as my mouth is running too quickly. So it looks like no changes for either team here heading into the second half. As we're going to get rolling, and a quick start here. A lot of back and forth, a lot of energy coming out of the dressing room for each team. And I think that's one of the things that we're going to need to see is just kind of continuing to keep up the energy, even in failed attacks and in rejected attacks. You wind up eventually needing to find a way to restart that energy and get going. Oh, am I? Okay, I am back up and running. Conway was looking out for me, and somebody give me a thumbs up now to make sure that I'm running, that you can hear me. I'm a little bit nervous now that you may not be able to hear me, as I know the chat runs about 60 seconds behind. Oh, okay, Conway let me know that I'm live. All right, thank you guys. As throw in here for Tabor down on the Krško end. So they're in the attacking third, trying to get further down. Kwazaku, and boy, Kwazaku is going to lose that ball as he was back to front with Durasovic. Thank you, Losamela, as well as Conway. Hey, so all right, I'm a huge proponent of positivity, so we're going to go with some positive thought. I think we're going to score 3 this half. I think they're gonna shake it off. They're gonna find a couple of headers that work to the back of the net. Really, all they need is they just need that one to break the ice. You know, after you come out of a 0-0 draw, and dodged a few bullets in the 0-0 draw in Gorica, trying to make sure that you're all shored up. I think maybe the first half they were just shoring things up. Second half, we're going to see a great attack and an explosion of goals. Boy, it's going down. Slotchik gets hit hard. They're going to go check on him. So for the second time, for the second time this game, Slotchik goes down hard. As well, if you have ever played football, man, those molded studs at the bottom of the cleats, they are very painful. I got to do an interview this past season with the university team that I broadcast, a couple of the former players, some really good All-Americans. And they talked about, boy, when you take a cleat to the foot, that it's throbbing for several minutes at the very least. It is very painful. And so nice insight from those ladies. That's right, Conway. Hey, go over 2.5, as you're going to catch the breaking news here first. As Tabor going to move down this direction, I would expect the way that the last game went that we're going to see, or the last half went, I would expect that we're going to see some action right down in front of us. Hojic had the ball at his feet quite a bit over there in front of the stands. And so now possibly get the opportunity to see Hojic at work up close and personal with the Veo cam as Slajic tries to get a ball in. It's going to get rejected. They're quickly going to go to Sever. Sever tries to turn and going down, and he kind of sticks his leg out and tries to prevent Sever from coming forward. So he goes down hard as Hojic with a slip maintains possession, and boy, the player's still down. Looks like they're just going to kick the ball out, I think. Everybody's kind of stopped at the moment. As we'll try and get a number for you here. But really, you know, what you saw is as Sever brings the ball down and starts to come across the player, and maybe that's Penezic, winds up. Let's go to the we'll go to the replay here for you. Winds up sticking his leg out, and Sever turns. Looks like he's up and moving again, though, so we're going to get the restart. So he got hit hard right on the inside part of the thigh. Sever's not a small guy, so you got to be careful sticking body parts in his way. Senor Willie, welcome, my friend. Senor Willie from El Paso. A couple of Texas friends. As he's as far from me, by the way, as London is from Berlin. So, you know, even though we're both from the same state, it covers a lot of ground between where I am in Central Texas and where he is out in West Texas. Not quite as much water between he and I and Berlin and Germany, though. Or Berlin and London. And getting pulled down is Sever. Hey, how about a yellow card? All right, so a yellow card. Can't tell who that's to, but we get a yellow card, and I still haven't seen him turn around yet. I'm not sure. I don't think that's going to be Veselic. I believe it was somebody else out there. So number 6 is Veselic might have had a yellow card. Couldn't quite tell. As Hojic going to line up, and excuse me, that's not going to be Hojic. That's Jabkar. Jabkar is going to line up. Looks like he's going to send the ball in with his left foot. Lots of conversation at the top of the 18. Salya Akwazuku. Hey, I'm not going to lie to you. I think I would be fairly confident if I had Leonard Salya on my side in a conversation like that. Yes, he is a large guy, and Akwazuku gets called out. So Akwazuku and Zubacic currently having a personal meeting with the official. I'm sure he's just giving them ideas about maybe where they can eat tonight. Oh, Sever is unhappy about the conversation. Sever, one of the leaders on this team, 27 years old, not exactly an old veteran, but when you look at the age of this team, Sever is certainly one of those guys trying to lead the team. The conversation last week showed as much. Ball across, header comes in and misses. Oh boy, as Brishke has an open header at the back post. As he comes across, he just goes too far, and so instead of getting towards goal, that ball winds up going all the way across. Here he's at the back post, and boy, nothing between him and the goal. He winds up going far to the left. So a good attack there for Tabor, an opportunity. All right, so I think the next ball that goes towards goal, we're gonna call it. The next one that goes towards goal is gonna go in. As they did a great job finding some space right there. And so a good shot with a lot of space. Akwazuku trying to get it on the end. A nice job. Akwazuku is going to wind up having the ball boy back and forth. He's going to get called for a foul as he kind of goes through the back of Zakariashek. Zakariashek winds up getting position. Akwazuku was always kind of fighting from behind there. Initially winds up winning the ball because of bad possession from the Krško defender. So like to see that from the number 9 for Tabor, fighting up top. Sever steps in. Now Carroll's on the run, gets it to Akwazuku, back to goal as he's going to get it back to Carroll. Carroll gets down towards the line. Ball's going to get kicked away for a corner to Tabor. So Tabor going to send Leon Sever down to the near side for the corner, as 2 players are going to come short, actually. So we're going to get Carroll and Jabkar are both going to be short. A little interesting is they're going to have a 3-on-2 at the near side. Wonder if maybe one of the Krško defenders is slowly starting to come out, so they're going to go to Jabkar. He's going to get it across to Carroll. Carroll's got a lot of space running across, sends it to the near post, and just misses. As the left-footed ball just outside the corner. Good-looking shot. As
gostujoče ekipe iz igre številka 6, Veselić Patrik, v igro številka 8, Štukel Jakob.
All right, I apologize. I was talking about what was happening, and we're making an announcement. It looks like the injury, they bringing on a new player, but boy, you see that goes near post, just outside the post. But for the second time in 2 shots, we see open goals. Tabor doing a good job starting to find some space with nobody in front of them. As Krško make the substitution, I believe that's going to be Jakob Shukeli is going to be in for the injured player. And that might actually be Ovijac. I believe I heard him say Štiri. Štiri is 4 in Slovenian. So I believe it was Štiri, and Štiri comes out. Osam comes in. That's 4 out, 8 in. Slačić, long strides. Akwazuku is going to turn the corner, and coming out is going to be Zolokar. So another good job, a good run down in. Just a little bit too far, but really nice job. Tabor really prodding that attacking third. As Salya steps out, heads the ball back, but Krško going to turn. Krško's got a shot as it's going to go wide to the left. So an opportunity there for Krško. Excuse me, I keep calling him Leonard Salya. I'm so sorry. Veron Salya. I knew as I was saying that it was not correct. Veron Salya. So for anybody that may have been watching that was trying to cheer on Veron, I apologize. I don't know why, but when I was writing it down, I was thinking Leonard Palma and Veron Salya. But hey, we got it corrected eventually. That's one of the things with me. We're always going to get it corrected. It may not be right to begin with, but it'll get corrected. Throw in here to Tabor as Slačić set up. And with a throw in, and Akwazuku in a physical battle as Krško come away with the ball. And Slačić is going to get another card here. I say another because he has had several yellow cards lately. They're going to get him. So Slačić gets the yellow card here in the 57th minute. And an unfortunate yellow card as well. There wasn't really a need for that, as they had a long way to go through a lot of players. With just kind of grabbing the jersey from behind and pulling him down as he was trying to pull away. So Krško is going to get the restart. To this point, it's been mostly Tabor. There's been one shot from a fairly dangerous area at the top of the 18 from Krško. And boy, a nice move coming across, and a corner for Krško. No, excuse me, they're going to say a goal kick. Boy, I thought that came off of Salya. Boy, so as Pedinacic was running across, he tries to come back in. Maybe the left foot's not his strong foot. Kind of an odd ball to come off of his foot the way that it did. Kind of fall harmlessly to the side. As Salya is going to bring the ball forward. Now to Hojic. Hojic flicks it on. Carroll in a foot race is going to wind up losing that foot race. As Zakarajček wins it, kicks it out, but Hojic Gets it back to Salya nonetheless. And we're Tabor restarting. Hojic and Salya just kind of playing catch at the moment, back and forth. As we have a block here from Krško. Hojic trying to go one-on-one. Hojic with a couple of dekes in, goes out and around, trying to get around the corner, and the corner is given up by Krško. So the fourth corner now, we saw the last one was dangerous, and instead of Sever, it's going to be Jabkar goes out. So Jabkar is going to go out. Carroll comes out for the short as Tabor bring big bodies in, and boy, they are well outnumbered in the box. I think Krško's just trying to get a 0-0 draw if they can here. They're going to send a ball in high and flicked away by Krško. Pantelic is going to get on the end of it, gets it back to Sever. Sever sends the ball back down into the 18, looking for Jabkar, maybe Carroll. It's going to get headed away as Chanic goes shoulder to shoulder. And some really nice footwork. Now Chanic gets back in the way, again gets pulled down. As Hojic is really unhappy. Hojic and Brisky. So now Brisky, the captain's going to come up, and he's got a finger in the face of the official. And he's going to get a card. So Brisky gets a card here, as Brisky, I think, is pretty tired of what's going on. The pull down. Boy, they are really not happy at the moment. The official trying to keep control of what's going on. Wait, so the foul is going to go to Tabor. Okay, so we are going to get a yellow card here for Penezic. So Penezic gets a yellow. So I think Brisky really unhappy. Boy, what happened here that had... Because the foul goes to Tabor, and yet it looks like the yellow is going to go to Penezic. And so taking a look at this, what do they call is... So they call Penezic, so they call him for pulling as he's falling down. You saw it as he's falling down. Boy, and so Brisky comes up, gets his finger right in the face of the official. Hojic was unhappy. Salya was unhappy. Good grief. I mean, why he didn't just brandish the card, and he would have avoided that with Brisky if he would have just brandished the card right away. So Sever sends a long ball in and off the head of Salya, but over the keeper, or over the goal. So Salya gets his first action going towards goal, but it goes up and over. Man, and it's just an interesting situation there, because if the ref would have gone to the pocket, pulled the card, it would have avoided all of the controversy and all of the conversation that followed, and would have avoided a yellow card for Mihail Brisky. So quite an interesting situation there, and I don't know if maybe Brisky and Matic, the combination of those two, eventually, calling it convinced the official is not the best term, but if their arguments actually kind of made the official rethink his decision. But back to the game as Krško come down with the ball. And now on the attack as they're going to move forward. As Krško, when they're on the defense, everybody is on defense. As they play 11 men behind the ball. Krško moving down to the near side. Press from Tabor, trying to make it hard as they move forward. That ball's going to bounce down towards the corner. It's going to and roll back as they're going to call a foul. They're going to call it on Hojic, and they're going to give him a card. Well, that's a quick card for how slow the last card came out. As Hojic is going to get a yellow card here. So now 3 yellows in a very short amount. In the last 10 minutes for Tabor, 3 yellows come out. And, you wonder a little bit as well. I mean, so Hojic, you wonder how much of Hojic, because Hojic was the first one that comes in yelling at the official. I wonder if you're starting to maybe see a little bit of frustration from the red and black side. As Tabor not happy. So Tabor, everybody in the box, 2 men in the wall. Is Krško going to overload the backside of this grouping? Nice job by Zeriali. Zeriali goes up. He's looking for a quick ball out. He's going to try and get it to Carroll. Carroll comes back as first header is going to go to Krško, and now Krško tried to go the other side, but ball's going to go too far to Zeriali. Verone Salya going to get things restarted as Tabor move the ball back across the back line. Rain's starting to fall, so I was wondering if this is what we were going to see. It's starting to fall a little bit. As that ball's going to go out. Hojic trying to come back to it. Looks like the ball curled a little too much on Zeriali. So going to be interesting to see how the rain impacts this game. It's been fairly fast-paced and favored towards Tabor to this point. Hey, we're going to get a new player on. So Dino Stancic is going to come on.
Menjava v domači ekipi iz igre številka 91 Pantelić Tijaš.
For Tijan
Igro
Pantelić.
številka 25 Dino Stancic.
So Stancic comes on for Pantelić. Haven't really called Pantelic's name too much lately, so maybe a little bit of an adjustment here. See if they can find some effectiveness with Stancic as a corner for Krško. Krško with a penalty or not a penalty, excuse me, a foul with a free kick in the attacking third, and now a corner. As Krško have found a little bit of joy here, trying to get down. They're trying to see if they can find a ball in the back of the net. Low ball comes out, flicked away. Header by Krško, gets it straight in the air, and then trying to send it forward is Jure Zapan. Zeriali is going to go take care of that ball. Stancic trying to get on the end of it. Stancic with some fresh legs. See if he can make a little bit of a fuss on the far side. As, boy, Slacic goes down hard. Kwaziku has the ball, spins and kicks. It's going to go out for a corner, but Stancic goes down really hard. They're going to give a card. As, boy, that's going to be number 24, Durasovic. So the cards are coming out often now. As boy, Slacic goes down hard, and unfortunately, it left Kwaziku all by himself. They let him play on, but Kwaziku didn't really have any assistance as Slacic was going to be his assistance. So everybody's in the box, inside the 6-yard box, just pushing around. Ball's going to get sent in as the official's going to come out and have a conversation. He's pointing at a couple of people as he's going to bounce out. Hey, this ball's going in the back of the net. I'm going to manifest it with positivity here. As ball comes across and headed up and away, Jabkar sends the ball forward. As Zolokar hops up, makes the catch, easy catch right up above his head in front of the goal. He's sending a long ball, going to be headed away by Hojic. As Hojic once again does a good job in defense, gets the ball away. Carroll trying to win the header. One eventually, as Carroll's asking for a push in the back. Carroll, big swing and a miss. And now a ball across into the middle. Salya goes to ground to head it away. Stancic on to Jabkar, trying to get to a Kwaziku. A little bit out in front of a Kwaziku, and now Hojic in possession. Chandic. Krško pushing forward a little bit on the defense here. Now they're going to back off. First time, or not the first time, we haven't seen Krško really be that heavy defensive that high up the field. They've really been dropping into a block very quickly. And it's been working to this point. Tabor getting a little bit closer each time they get towards the goal. As Carroll now comes out. Need a special moment from Tabor here. Carroll, boy, a nice move. Gets to the outside, tries to kick it back in. Was going to go for a corner, but it actually bounces back off of Carroll, so he's got to run it down. So Salya out to Chandic. Brishki Slotchik's going to send the ball in and sends the ball very high towards the back. Too high. Carroll heads it back across. And, boy, right into the lap of one of the Krško players. And so Zariali is going to come out. Boy, that was a great move from Carroll. It was similar to what we saw the first game coming out of the winter break. The move back to the inside of the defender goes to beat the keeper near post. This time it was a defender that runs in. Ball trying to get to the feet of Akwazuku, who's going to get sent away by Krško. Run down by Salya, and we'll go once again. Yes, it looks like had some fans try and find some shelter up against the fence behind the net. As Tabor on the attack again. Tabor trying to find a way to get to the back of the net. Nice job. Slotchik has some space. He cuts back. Slotchik going in towards the inside. Kicks it across. And Akwazuku and Carroll. Oh, my God. As it was just out in front of Akwazuku. Carroll tries to drag the foot, put it into the net. Oh, boy, that's frustrating and disappointing. There's a couple of changes coming in for Krško. I believe Nick Pearce comes in. Oh, boy, as that was so unfortunate. Looked like it was almost basically a sure thing for Tabor. Take a look back here as it come across. Slotchik with a great ball across. Fights off a couple of defenders just outside. Boy, Akwazuku actually kind of stumbles. Oh, man, that's disappointing, as that certainly looked like a goal. The rain looks like it's really coming down heavy now. As Slotchik runs the ball down. They're going to get a quick throw in here to Stancic. Stancic, boy, flicks the ball over, takes a shoulder to the chest, and we're going to get another card for Krško. And boy, the Veo followed the ball as he got kicked away, so I didn't see who that was on. The rain is really heavy now. So Tabor trying to get the job done here. Still have 20 minutes to go in this game. It's been certainly been a busy second half. Carroll actually going to come in. Is Carroll going to take this kick? Carroll's going to stand next to him. So Carroll's going to take this kick. He fakes the kick. And, boy, it looks like they were trying to get Carroll free. And it's going to be a corner, though, so it works, actually. It looked like they were trying to get Carroll free. It was going to be a throw, excuse me. They were trying to get Carroll free, but Krško ran with him, unfortunately, because they got to drop it all the way back to Zariali. Avoid losing possession. Chandic. There's a press coming from Krško way up high. Ball's going to go out and be a throw. Well, a throw for, okay, so I thought it bounced off of Krško, honestly. I thought that's why the ball went to the side, but a throw for Krško. As it just comes right off the foot of Chandic and goes out. Oh, that's got to be a handball, as they're going to call a handball. He put that elbow up, and there's a free kick here for Tabor. Sever is going to come in. Everybody at the 18 going to run forward. Krško's done a really good job of dealing with these balls into the box on the restarts and the free kicks. So see how Tabor handle it. Low ball is going to be headed, or going to be chested away. Sever gets back in the way, trying to win it, and going down. That's going to be a foul. It looks like Krško was hoping for a yellow card there to Sever. No such thing, though. And Krško with the restart sends it a long way forward. A pretty well struck ball, gets right to the 18, forces Tabor to head the ball away. I thought for sure that was going to go down to Zariali. Looks like the rain might be letting up a little bit here. Still have the umbrellas out, but color of the clouds starting to change. The clouds may be thinning out. Kicked away, but Krško in control. Tabor trying to get back on the front of it. Going down. Oh boy, and Salya unhappy. They're going to say that it's a free kick outside the 18. As the ball comes back in, Salya saying that he manufactured that. And I tend to agree with the boys wearing red and black more often than not. But boy, a dangerous ball here from Krško. This is what Krško's been trying to do. They just play a block, try and keep you out of the net, and then get an opportunity on a foul outside the box. Lined up is going to be Zakariashek, and I believe that's going to be number 10, Radovic. Zakariashek runs in, kicks the ball up over the top right to Zariali. So Zariali deals with it well. Ball gets over the wall, but not really in a dangerous fashion. So bullet dodge there for a moment. To this point, Tabor has gotten some runners across. Boy, and coming in, ball taken away, going to be kicked back. Good job by Jabkar, and it's going to be a corner to Krško. Boy, that ball was dangerous as the pass for Tabor gets taken away. Krško was off and running, and Tabor, after feeling that they were in control for basically the entire first half, have allowed a couple of plays here that are starting to get a little bit dangerous for the fellas from Sejana. So Krško's going to set up, sends the ball across, high ball to the back post, headed away by Brischke, and another corner will be the 5th one of the day for Krško. As the corner now for Krško, coming from the near side, low hard ball comes in. Boy, a couple of bounced around. And now Krško going to be deflected away by Akwaziku. Akwaziku goes out, and they're going to call a foul on Akwaziku. And the fan in me says, boy, for such a big boy, Zakariashek sure does fall down easily. And again, we see this is I think right now Krško are more than happy to play the long game and take a long time to get set up, send a ball in, see if they can find the back of the net, and then drop way back into defense again. As they're playing the safest game they possibly can. They're happy with a 0-0 draw and maybe see if they can eke out a 1-0 win here. Ball sent across, dangerous. Ball's going to be flicked in. And then Zariali has to get up and flick it away. Boy, as that was a couple of times I was afraid that a ball was going into the back of the net. And so we see this. They just kind of continue to play this as they send a ball in here. Not cleared initially. 2 Tabor players there, but kicked towards it. Ball bounces up in the air. Zariali right there, and when we needed him most. Nice job from Zariali. But another corner from Krško. Ball's going to come in. High ball to the back post. Zariali's there. He's going to take a hit to the back. As they're going to call the foul and get restarted here. 77 minutes in. We just have 13 minutes left in this game. And based on where everybody is in the table, Tabor needing to try to find 3 points. Krško more than happy just to kind of hang out with 1 point. As right now, Krško's season is mainly just about avoiding relegation. Hanging out in the 11th spot, they're pretty safe as long as they don't just completely collapse. Akwaziku with his back to goal. Tries to flick it across to Jobkar. Jobkar's got the ball back. Jobkar puts it back in the net. A Quazaku to Jobkar. And a goal for Tabor. Oh, what a great shot as we got to see it running right to him. Hojic is going to go with the throw. He just says, hey, let's go all the way into Quazaku. Quazaku physical, fighting, gets it, and then lost not the way. Trips Jobkar is where he's supposed to be. When he's supposed to be there, back of the net for Tabor.
Tabor, Krško poslavuje ena proti nič.
2 weeks of frustration.
Gledajte devetka
And
številka
excitement
8,
finally
Žabkar
shows up
Žana.
from the boys in red and black. Oh my goodness, as they finally catch a break and defender trips. Boy, and that was Durasovic winds up tripping Opacic. And so Opacic winds up stumbling. Oh boy, that's absolutely fantastic. As we're back to play. Hey, let's all celebrate. Watch the scoreboard for me. As 1-0, Tabor now just looking to hold on. As they're going to try and drop into their block. Ball kicked up and away. Jobkar trying to run it down, but going to be a throw to Krško. And we're going to get a substitution. We're going to see who's coming on real quick. Well, nothing yet. They point for the substitution as Hojic is going to come off. So Hojic on a yellow, they're going to pull him off.
Menjava v domači ekipi iz igre številka 19, Hojic Adis, v igro številka 20, Kranc Jan.
So Jan Krantz going to come on. So Krantz, the youngster, is going to come on for Hojic. Hojic has played a really good game. He's created a lot of havoc and really a really nice throw in to Umechi. And so Krantz, who we saw come in against Gorica, is going to get some more time here as Quazaku is going to get the ball down to, well, and now Krantz. So from Jobkar to Krantz stops it, pulls it back. They go all the way into Carroll, flipped out to Krantz now. Krantz back to Carroll. And as Jobkar just going to get the restart. Tabor want to continue to hold good possession here. Chandic has Krantz to the near side. Krantz now attacks the defender, comes back to the inside, gets it to Sever. Sever's got a little bit of space into Krantz as Krantz fighting just can't quite get there. Carroll's going to kick the ball away. Oh boy, where I guess they had called offside. So they called offside, so Carroll comes up and kicks the ball away. Luckily, he doesn't get a yellow card. There's a long ball sent forward, and now Krško playing a little bit quicker than they have for most of the game, obviously. Stancic is going to come forward. Stancic with Carroll. Carroll's got Jobkar behind him. As Carroll attacking the defender goes to the 18. He backs it out for Krantz now. Krantz down to Jobkar, and Jobkar's got a lot of space. Jobkar bounces around, comes back to the inside, and right now, boy, Tabor more than willing to do this if they're not going to close it down. Ball across the middle from Krantz gets headed away. Chandic on top of it. Back out to Jobkar to Salya. Stancic trying to hang on to it as they're going to tell Stancic to get up. Stancic takes a hit from behind. Stancic receives it with his chest after getting up, and now Krantz. Krantz going to attack towards goal as he gets down to the line, gets it across. It's going to be, boy, on the ground looking for a Quazaku. Defender steps in the way as Carroll tries to step across. Ball's going to get taken away, and now Krško trying to get on the offensive side. Nice job from Chandic. Walls off and going to be a throw-in as Krantz. And we're going to get a substitution. As Patancic came up to, I guess, hurry Krantz along. We're going to see who the substitution is.
Ekipi Krškega iz igre številka 7 Zupan Jure, v igro številka 11 Radek Niko.
So Zepan comes out, and coming in, well, I didn't see who that was and didn't hear the number. So a substitution here, though, for Krško. Kreintz now looking for the throw-in. Kreintz stops, comes back there, and go right back to Kreintz. Salya now is on to Brischke, and boy, they're trying to play a high press, trying to win a good ball back. Stanchis is just going to drop the ball all the way back. And Chandic is going to turn. Fresh legs on for Krško just to try to run this ball down in space. Now Kreintz with some space. Kreintz moving in. Akwazuku's up front. Carroll tries to come back out as defender comes in, dives in front of him. And Jabkar, nice defense from Jabkar using that body positioning. Oh boy, dangerous pass. Not sure, maybe Brischke didn't see the player from Krško closing down. Kreintz now on the ball once again. Kreintz getting a lot of action here as he comes in as a substitution. Sever to Carroll. Carroll trying to get a turn, winds up catching the knee. They point right at the ball. Said that the defender caught the ball. Zeriali is going to let that ball roll until the Krško player comes up, forces him to pick it up. As they're going to get restarted here. Zeriali puts it down and kicks it out to Chandic. As Chandic comes forward. Boy, Carroll tries to flick it on, but right there waiting on it is Patancic. Patancic has the ball hit up in the air, kicks it behind himself. And kicked away. And if I'm Tabor, I'm bringing, oh boy, okay, so Chandic is going to throw it in. I would bring on Stančić. Oh, okay, at least they're going to switch. So say, hey, I'm going to bring on Stančić. He's going to walk all the way across the field for the throw. And the way that Krško has played the first half of this game, I would play it the first part of this game with their time. I'd play it the exact same way. Everything is going to take me forever. As the official is telling Akwazuku to move away from the keeper, give him some space. Keeper's going to kick it a long way down the field, trying to win the header here. Brischke wins the first header. On it is Jabkar. Again, Jabkar, where he's supposed to be, when he's supposed to be there. Boy, Jabkar's going to go down hard. And they're going to call the foul on number 16, Opacic. Opacic is not real happy. Opacic right in the face of the defender. Now he's grabbing the defender, or grabbing the official. That's going to be a yellow card, yeah. Hands off the official. Can't be doing that. So Opacic gets a yellow. And yellow cards are kind of the name of the day, as everybody's getting a card. You get a card. You get a card. You get a card. For those of you that are familiar with the Oprah memes, with an international audience, it always makes me wonder if the international audience is aware of memes as I am here in America. Sever flicks the ball in the air. Now Krško trying to win it. Flicked forward and sent way forward. There's a shove in the back. Carroll does a good job winning the ball. And Patancic's not real happy. Patancic is asking what the heck's going on here. As Kreintz. So the official says wait on the whistle. Sever's going to come forward as Tabor is going to send several guys into the box, but you can bet there's not going to be quite as many in the box this time. Try and hold someone back. Hey, it looks like Luka Zavbi warming up right here. We're going to see Zavbi in the game a little bit. No, Conway. Oprah, the talk show host. Oh, okay, you're laughing. I gotcha. You get the joke. Very nice. Sent forward as ball's going to be kicked away. A little bit of a miscommunication between Salya and Jabkar. I think both of them backed off expecting the other one to go. So a throw in for Krško, and a nice job kicking, just getting the ball in the air. Kicked on, Krško back in possession, and boy, Jabkar steps in. Looked like he was going to take possession. He loses, or doesn't lose, but he doesn't take possession. Now Krško trying to get a ball forward, kicked away as Akwazuku on the end of it. Can Akwazuku maintain possession? As he cannot, Krško trying to push forward. And Tabor just trying to kick the ball away every chance they can. As we've just got about a minute and a half, 90 seconds left in regular time. The foul, and we're going to get another substitution. As who's Tabor, or who's coming in here?
Menjava v domači ekipi iz igre številka 49, Sever Leon. V igro številka 6, Žalbi Luka.
So Luka Žalbi steps on for Leon Sever. So Sever's going to get a little bit of a breather here at the end of the game. Žalbi steps on. Haven't seen him much this season, so he's going to get an opportunity. Boy, but a dangerous situation here, so a little nervy as substitution's going to kill a little bit of time, but an opportunity. We've already seen a couple of dangerous balls in this half from Krško, so they're going to send the ball forward. As the header goes straight up and harmlessly back to Zeriali, he's going to allow the ball to roll around, force a defender to make him pick it up, as Zeriali is going to pick it up, fall on it, protect it, wipe it off, read the label before he's going to get it away. Well done, Dennis. As a Kwazaku, couple of nice balls, keeping it from the defenders. And now Carroll. You see that clock ticking down right over the head of Carroll. Ball sent in by Kreitz, and Stancic tries to go with the overhead kick, winds up missing it, but Tabor retained possession. So we're at 90 minutes now, so now it's stoppage time, as that's going to be a kick to Krško. Krško's going to hurry up with this, as Kreitz plays a few games there with, I believe that's Patancic. Boy, that's going to send Patancic nuclear, as he'll go through the roof, as he's starting to show some frustration. So a long kick coming from Krško. And that ball's going to go out. So there's been several substitutions, a couple of cards, and a goal. So you wonder if maybe we're looking at about 2 minutes. We don't know. We don't get to see the board here that they put up, so not sure how long they're going to keep playing on. But Tabor basically want to stay in possession this whole time. That ball's going to go out, and a throw in to Tabor. As the throw's going to come all the way back, they're going to drop it all the way back to Zeriali and let Zeriali send it forward out to the middle of the field. Kwazaku on the end of it. Nice job from Kwazaku. Tries to flick it on to Stancic. Stancic was on a run, trying to make it 2-0. Boy, and they're going to call Jabkar for a foul. And they're going to send the ball forward. They're going to send everybody forward, and they know time's running out. They're going to take every chance they can right here. Long ball coming in. Tabor got to deal with it well. Ball headed up and away. Jabkar trying to get out on the end of it. They're going to kick it all the way out and reset. Sends the ball, high ball into the back post. Boy, nice job from Zeriali, and head goes down. Boy, is Zeriali, so they're going to call a foul, I believe, as Zeriali and Kreitz are down. So they're going to come back and check on him. And not really happy on the Krško sideline. Apologies for the low-tech fast forwarding here. I want to get back and take a good look at this. So the ball's going to get sent in. And it looks like Kreitz took an elbow to the back of the head. And so look at Kreitz. Up and over is going to be number 23, Zakariashek. Elbow to the back of the head as... So a hand from Zeriali. And then the kick from number 8. He came on. He's a substitution come on. Looks like they're upset that the foul was called, I guess. But we play on. Everybody's okay. Kreitz is back up and moving. Zeriali's back up and moving. As a couple of headers. Kreitz wins a header. Now he's going to kick it out. There's a throw in, and Patancic trying to get on the end of it very quickly. Tabor trying to cover this, make him take a while. Kreitz with the header. as they can't quite clear it. Kreintz now trying to play a little bit of defense. That ball's going to have to roll a long way, though, as Brischke just kicks it as far forward as he can. And the ball's going to go out. Zakryashek tries to corral it, but it's going to bounce off of his foot. The official checks his watch. As we're now into the 94th minute. Clock just continuing to tick here. And Kreintz runs it up, throws it in, and that's the ball game. 3 points for Tabor. Oh my goodness, thank goodness for Tabor. Thank goodness for Jean Shabkar. Hojic throws it into Akwaziku. Akwaziku drops it off to Jagbar, and Jagbar just continues to work through the middle. All of the times that Tabor were turned away, and eventually they find joy in the back of the net. 3 points for Tabor. They keep pressure on the top of the table as their push for promotion continues. So Tabor will return next week. Hey, and I'll be back with another broadcast, as these Saturday morning games are great for me in terms of my schedule. But ladies and gentlemen, hey, I'm Kyle Shipp. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Kyle Shipp. My YouTube, I'm going to start posting all of the interviews that I do with the players on my YouTube. So I'll post that in the Discord. But hey, thank you guys so much. Exciting game. And boy, Tabor comes out on top with 3 points. You guys have a great day as we get it started with 3 points. Go Tabor!